Welcome to From the Pages, and today we're opening the WrestleMania Nine special souvenir program, dated April 4, 1993, from Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. It's one of the most visually outrageous, tonally strange, and historically fascinating events the World Wrestling Federation ever produced. WrestleMania 9 was not just a wrestling show, it was a statement, a spectacle staged in the middle of Caesar's Palace, wrapped in Roman imagery, excess, sunlight, marble, and myth, designed to sell the idea that wrestling had outgrown arenas and become a traveling empire. This program exists to reinforce that idea, and every single page leans into it with absolute commitment. Right from the opening, the tone is unmistakable. WrestleMania 9 is framed as the grand destination, the pinnacle of the WWF calendar, a place where legacies are either confirmed or shattered. Caesar's Palace isn't treated as a venue, it's treated as a character, a symbol of power, indulgence, and dominance. The program doesn't ask whether this setting belongs in wrestling, it declares that it does. The official welcome message positions WrestleMania 9 as the culmination of everything that has happened since WrestleMania 8. Rivalries converge here, championships are defended here, reputations are tested here, the match lineup is presented ceremonially, not analytically, each bout framed as a necessary chapter in the WrestleMania saga, with language that emphasizes destiny, inevitability, and consequence. At the center of the night stands the WWF Championship match, Bret Hitman Hart versus Yokozuna. This is framed as intellect and precision colliding with overwhelming mass. Yokozuna is presented as an unstoppable force, a man whose sumo heritage and sheer weight have flattened challenger after challenger. Mr. Fuji looms over the match as the architect, issuing threats and promises, insisting that no amount of technical skill can overcome inevitability. Bret Hart is framed as the ultimate professional, calm, confident, and certain, in his belief that excellence, discipline, and strategy can overcome even the most imposing obstacle. The question hovering over this match is not who is bigger, but whether mastery can survive inevitability. That tension carries directly into the clash between Money Inc. and the Megamaniacs. Ted DiBiase and IRS are presented as predators who exploited chaos and weakness. The program revisits Brutus Beefcake's horrific parasailing accident and his long, painful road back, emphasizing that his return is as emotional as it is physical. Hulk Hogan's involvement is framed as loyalty and unfinished business, a righteous response to betrayal. Jimmy Hart's defection from Money Inc. adds another layer of strategy and revenge. This isn't positioned as a simple tag team match. It's framed as justice catching up to greed. The mood shifts sharply with The Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. This section leans hard into horror. Giant Gonzalez is described as an unnatural presence, a towering monster who ambushed The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble and left the wrestling world questioning whether the dead man could even be harmed. The Undertaker's return is framed as a transformation, in darker, more focused, and more dangerous. Paul Bearer's words drip with ominous certainty. This match is not about winning or losing, it's about judgment. Mr. Perfect versus the narcissist Lex Luger becomes a battle of substance versus image. Bobby Heenan's promotional campaign paints Luger as the perfect specimen, the future of the WWF. Mr. Perfect dismisses the hype entirely, positioning himself as the standard by which all wrestlers should be measured. WrestleMania is framed as the proving ground, not for physiques, but for legitimacy. The Intercontinental Championship match between Shawn Michaels and Tatanka emphasizes strategy and psychology. Tatanka's undefeated streak is highlighted, along with his analytical approach to competition. Michaels is portrayed as arrogant, evasive, and increasingly defensive, a champion searching for excuses. The narrative leans heavily on repetition. Tatanka has beaten Michaels before, and the question is whether history will repeat itself yet again. Crush versus Doink the Clown injects brutality and madness into the card. The program recounts Doink's prosthetic attack in stark detail, along with Crush's hospitalization. Doink is framed as a psychological sadist, while Crush's motivation is stripped down to raw vengeance. This is wrestling as emotional release rather than sport. Bob Backlund versus Razor Ramon becomes a collision of eras. Backlund's amateur credentials, discipline, and championship history are contrasted with Razor Ramon's swagger, streetwise aggression, and unpredictability. WrestleMania is positioned as the ultimate stage where tradition and modern attitude collide. Then the program opens fully into its other purpose, selling the WWF universe. The merchandise section explodes across the pages. The Undertaker dominates this space with wall hangings, foam urns, foam tombstones, shirts, hats, tumblers, teddy bears, and full character bio boxes listing origin, weight, finishing moves, signature phrases, and championship history. Bret Hart receives similar treatment with neon wall hangings, shirts, wristbands, oversized tees, sunglasses, and posters, reinforcing his image as the embodiment of excellence. The WWF Superstars section expands the empire further with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, offering posters, bandanas, shirts, and direct phone ordering. Novelty items follow in waves: mugs, buttons, wristbands, sports bags, boxer shorts, and foam championship belts in multiple versions. Kids' merchandise floods the pages next. Party packs, cake pans, cookie cutters, socks, teddy bears, and even WWF branded adhesive bandages. Wrestling here isn't something you just watch. It's something you wear, collect, decorate with, and live inside. Fitness and body culture take over with the Macho Machine promising strength and transformation at home, followed by Ico Pro, framed as scientific nutrition endorsed by Bret Hart himself. Discipline, diet, and identity are all blended into the brand. WWF magazine subscriptions reinforce the loop, positioning the magazine as the ongoing connection to the wrestling world. Food tie-ins follow, including WWF Superstars ice cream bars, complete with collectible trading cards, blending wrestling with childhood nostalgia and collectability. By the final pages, the message is unmistakable. WrestleMania 9 is not just an event, it is a marketplace, a mythology, and a lifestyle ecosystem. Caesar's Palace wasn't chosen by accident. This was the WWF declaring itself imperial. If you were there, say what you remember. If you watched it unfold, tell us how it felt. Like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives pulled straight from the pages. See you next time.